into the Stage 1 playoffs, one of the easier schedules left. And you're going to see concussions and high caliber go with the first two things here in the Ban and Protect. It's going to be an evac hardpoint to kick things off. Would not be surprised if we see, some action with the Purifier or the Scythe. We've been seeing a lot of teams do that. Now, also, we've been seeing a lot of stock bans as of late, because stock, better use on the SMGs now. We see a lot of players go towards it, so would not be shocked to see stock get banned tonight as well.
Well, let's see who can mix it up, because this isn't exactly a must-win, but it feels like one, because this is a game where both of these teams, they need to win. This is one of their easier opponents kind of on either side that they face. They have such tough schedules. This is more of a
must-win, I feel. Well, it's a must-win for both teams.
I think it is, yeah.
This is a game we've kind of predicted Luminosity to win. So obviously, if they lose this, they're going to have to beat one of their tougher opponents left. And this is one where CLG, they don't have to beat one of their tougher opponents left. If they can take out the likes of LG, and it obviously a team ahead of them, helps them in the standing. So Overclock goes, Perk 1 Greed goes as well. Not really too much of a fan of that, because people were not going to run Flak anyway. They're going to run Afterburner. So
I don't mind
it really doesn't do anything.
I don't mind a Greed 1 ban.
I think you leave Overclock in if you're going to get rid of Perk 1 Greed. Yeah, we're going to go into the specialist draft. You're going to have Heatwave, Kinetic out of the side of Luminosity. You're going to have Heatwave on both sides. Fully expect Felony to go Kinetic to round things off for CLG. Anything surprise you this far, Maven? I think Purifier, definitely one of the better weapons on this map. Maybe we see Spacely run it there with their last pick.
Yeah, nothing too shocking yet, but yeah, I mean, just back to the importance of this match, because, we looked at the strengths of schedule for both of these teams, and both very, very difficult. And this is a game where you just feel like either team can win. And both of these teams, by the way, get in the win yesterday, so they're both looking at a 2-0 week. And when we mentioned the fact that a 3-3 finish, starting yesterday, probably gets you into the top 8, if you have a 2-0 week to start things off, you're almost there, right?
I feel really good.
And 3-3 might not do it. I mean, if there's a ton of upsets, I mean, anything could happen at this point. There's still a lot of games to play, but you gotta feel good if you get a 2-0 here in such a clutch week. So we'll see who's gonna step it up, who's gonna be clutch. Will it be LG? Will it be CLG?
Camo versus Purifier on this map. Thoughts?
I mean, I probably would prefer the Purifier. I'm more of a fan of the 2-2 split. But let's talk a little bit about Twitter today. We like to hear your guys' feedback.
I love Twitter.
I love it too. But which of these series, of the 4 today, what do you think is the most evenly matched one? And I think the first series is really good with CLG, LG, TSM, TK. I think it'd be good too.
Envy Rise Nation on the secondary stream.
Oh, that's a crazy one. You know what our best series is today, though? I'm going to call it?
What?
Optic H2K.
Yeah, you're still riding the H2K train?
If they play like they did last week, they play like they did this weekend in the 25K, I firmly believe that will be a series that goes in distance.
They need to win, too, because if they lose, it obviously negates all the good things they did last week with getting a 2-0 week over Cole and FaZe. I mean, you're kind of just back at square one. So I definitely think that's a huge match. Would not say it's the most evenly matched. I would say probably TSM TK. That's our most evenly matched.
Game 5. If we have one that goes Game 5, it's going to be H2K Optic. Watch. Guaranteeing it.
I think this match has the chance to go
5. They all do, except for
FaZe Complexity has the chance to go 5.
Everyone does, but Optic H2K does go 5. Mark my words.
Well,
mark them. I almost do. The fact that, remember when I called, started in 25K, I'm like, H2K is not going to drop a map, and they didn't until, Elevate in that crazy series, and then FaZe sort of brought out the boomsticks there as they slapped them around a little bit in the finals. But it's still an incredible series.
H2K loses to TSM last night, though. This is a bit shocking. I mean, they lose the hard point, they lose the uplink, they lose the last S&D. Just was not a strong performance by H2K by any stretch of the imagination. But going to go into evac hard point, kick things off. I want to talk about hill number 2, maybe. I feel like hill number 2 over in apartments. It's going to be very easy to hold it down if you can get there early. Obviously, it's kind of 2 main entrances. You can do that wall run to the outside and come around that back window, but especially with the Purifier in play on the side of CLG, look for methods to kind of use it on that hill to buy his team some time.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that's where I think it's really going to come up big for this team. And we see Methods have some absolutely huge plays with that particular specialist weapon. Now, who do you want to start things off with, Matt?
Let's kick things off with Methods.
All right, and speaking of hardpoint, he has been, kind of a top 5 player consistently, at least when you're talking statistically about his KD. He's been having a really good run of things. But here we are, off the break, sliding in, pouncing across. We'll see if he can get an entry kill. Tags up one, accuracy grabs one, his teammates cleaning up, and that is 3 down quickly for LG. Early control here for CLG.
And what's scary if you're an LG fan is, you know, sometimes they come out and they play really well and dominate teams, then sometimes they just get completely outmatched. And you see the early outset here, Methods picking up 2 players coming into the hard point, and it has been all CLG early here. I mean, LG's been, I mean, they haven't even gotten anywhere near the hill.
Well, you have, what, 3-0 for Felony, 3-0 for Methods, really to start things off. That'll get things done. We'll stick with Methods here until he drops, trying to stay alive as one comes across that mid-cut. He's able to pick it up. Still locking down time. No points yet on the board for Luminosity. What a great job here from CLG. What did Methods pick up? He would have to have been really, really close to his Cerberus.
Yeah, he had to be like probably like 100 off when he died, 150 off, but still, it's a huge lead for CLG here early as we're going to go into a second hill. It's going to go in towards apartments. It's going to be
who's this player from
Luminosity
behind?
down about 40, and you see accuracy here, able to control the spawns. And when you compare accuracy and BL Fire, I think accuracy just plays a little bit more aggressive. I don't think either player, like I think they're both very good players. I wouldn't say like one is like clearly better than the other. I think accuracy probably brings a little bit better search and destroy play. I think BL Fire's great, one of the better players we had in the Pro Division playing for Streaks, and I think they make that move get a little bit more aggressive play.
Yeah, well, I think it just comes down to, it's not always who's the better player. It's who's the better fit on the team a lot of times. That can be the difference. And, you know, as a group of 4, sometimes ends up being 3 players trying to figure something out. They think that one person's the odd man out. They can get a better fit with somebody, and that might have been the case here. But let's go over to John as he's picked up his Lightning. He's on a 6 streak right now at 8-3, 25 off his Hellstorm. He's going to be soaking up the final 10 here. But we'll transition. I know he's not going to be involved in the action on the rotation, but he might be able to pick up one final kill, which would, oh no. He just actually checked away, but looks back, catches the wall run, 150 off his Talon. And Redman was saying yesterday he'd love to see some more Talon use.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of it at all, actually, in the Pro Division. He's going to pop his kinetic armor. He's going to be able to get the Talon. Now he's going to call it in. And when he flies
it already killed one immediately.
Yeah, when he flies into the hill, it is just going to start taking people out. And it's actually take the Talon out in the process.
So,
I believe it
really
does.
Then that was a clutch Hellstorm from
Methods. I mean,
Methods.
Methods would be dead because the Talon would still be kind of circling over in this area.
That's incredible then. But let's make sure he didn't drop off spawn and it somehow hightailed all the way back to John. I don't think that was the case.
No.
As he calls in his, I don't think he connects with anything. So what a clutch play, because that was about to be a ton of time, I think, for the side of Luminosity. Instead, they're starting to split it a little bit, going back and forth. Methods coming up clutch, but that spree from John certainly paying off a bit as he still has a Lightning to go.
Yeah, and he's going to be playing inside the hill. John, one of the better players, you know, slaying in and around the hill, right? He has a great KD in the league. He's got some of the best hill time we have. You're going to see replays setting up for this next hard point. It's going to be Luminosity making a strong comeback after getting dominated on the first one. See Spacely inside the hill, going to put some shots in a player up top. And you got to think, if you're a Luminosity fan, this is a great start to the game. Obviously, you kind of get blown out on that first hill, but how many times would you say they would be ahead in a hard point game with Saints at 7-10?
Oh, yeah, and I think the big point was, what, like you said, I mean, they were down, what, 40 to 0 or something to kick off that first hard point, just getting absolutely hammered, and they've managed to bounce back pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it's going to be Perplex attacking towards the hill. There you go, Maven. I was waiting for you to turn on X-Ray.
I don't even know how that got turned off. I'm gonna blame someone on our production team.
On top. Yeah, I was sitting here watching. I was like, man, it's very difficult to see these players through the walls. You see Replay is able to pick up 2. He's on a 4 streak. He's getting dangerously close towards that Lightning as well. If he gets a kill on the hill, then picks up that next hill, he should be able to achieve that. And go on board with Replays. He's actually going to be fighting for the spawns all the way in the back. You see how slow he's playing. Doesn't want to charge in right away.
Well,
try and bait this player out.
Doesn't want to charge in.
Right
He's like, screw you, Matt. I'm flying in. He will be taken out. Now it's going to be Spacely trying to hold on to things. He grabs one, has a second around the corner, tags him up. But you see via the X-Ray 3 players there to deal with. And yeah, much easier to cast and watch with X-Ray.
It's such a difficult position that Spacely's in there. You see the Purifier coming in. Method's going to get taken out before he can cause any damage with it. But in that spot that Spacely was in, it's so hard to make a play because you have a player looking on top from Catwalk most likely when they are, and there's no support in that back doorway. Like if he had Replays in that back doorway that was just going to keep pre-aiming his top cat, would have been able to make a play on one of the SMG players low, but Spacely in a very difficult spot. The hill going to go back in CLG's favor, and you see he's going to fly into the hill, pop his camo, going to start pushing out, trying to get these back spawns, and Felony just spots him coming through the doorway. Fantastic kill by Felony. See CLG lighting up the kill feed. They have to get replays out of this back position, though, because he's in a position where if his teammates start pushing over towards apartments, he's going to be able to kill this player in the back and start pinching them, and he's going to actually pull the scythe out and go all the way.
Kind of figured he was ready to get set up, but okay, that kill is big for Felony and Methods, because now it's going to allow Felonies to push forward and probably get onto replays. Replays, though, ready for it. He's in the back. He's able to hold it down. He's got this scythe out, trying to wallbang.
He doesn't need to push into the hill. Look how far away Felony spawned. He spawns all the way on the other side of the map. So smart play there by Replays, able to control the spawns for LG. Still not going to get hill control, though. You see Methods picks up a lightning strike in the process. Just a really slow flood of the hill from them. And finally, you see Saints picking up 2 Spacely with 1. And it's going to be Luminosity taking control of the hill.
Well, back and forth, but Luminosity pulling away a little bit here. About to be a 30-point advantage. You see a couple players above him here as Saints is holding bottom bar. Oh, the timing there could not have been more unfortunate, but the player doesn't end up picking him out. Actually, going to work out perfectly as he's going to get fully streaked out.
And this is what you were worried about if
Saints
you're a CLG
going off.
fan.
Is him, well, he started out slow, yeah.
How many times do you see him put together a game where you look and you're like, oh man, Saints just really struggled all throughout. This is a guy who, he is so consistent. One of the most consistent players we have, whether, online or LAN. Now you see he's going to use his lightning strike as well. You see Methods taking out a teammate.
Yeah, I think Methods took out the player that's about to get lightning.
Yeah, it's going to be Luminosity controlling the hill. He calls that Cerberus as well. So you can kind of tell, using all that utility with score streaks, they're really going for the kill shot on this one. If they're able to take this hill, Maven, they go up by, what, about 70 points, 80 points?
And he is on point right now.
Yeah.
7
when
streak.
you're shooting like that with a VMP, I would say you're on point.
Oh, what
man.
is that?
And accuracy is there with an M8. That's a guy with an M8.
And we saw that a lot yesterday. Rev and I were kind of highlighting the fact that some people, like with ARs, were just getting mapped by VMPs. That fast rate of fire, it's something you saw at the Vesper, too.
It's also the VMPs with stock.
Yeah, but if you can just connect those shots, if you really hit every bullet, it is such a quick kill, even at range.
From distance, it's a lot easier to kill the players using a VMP without stock, but now that we see more players using VMP stock, it's a lot harder to kill those players with a faster strafe speed at range. So kind of gives the VMP a little bit of an extra boost, obviously, in close range situations. You're able to pre-aim, get more accurate shots, and then obviously long range as well. Harder for AR players to shoot with the strafing.
All right, well, a couple down for CLG right now, Matt. They're trailing by about 60 points. You see Heatwave for Perplexed. He started out slow, -8 right now, trying to bounce back. Can't win that gunfight with Saints, who has just been heating up and on fire, having a big one. LG, can they close it out despite the early advantage you saw there for CLG? Well, Metz trying to break in. I think that was a Heatwave coming out, but didn't connect as he was out of range.
Another team kill from Methods. I believe it's the second time he's killed
Perplexed.
That's all right.
I
believe it's the same player both
He's
times.
frustrated. He's frustrated.
See, he's going to actually open up the hill there, and you see the Cerberus takes out 2. Oh, man. Talk about the Cerberus. The last few times we've seen it hasn't really made too much of an impact. But on this one, it definitely does. As you see, it's going to take out 2 players inside of the hill. Saints just hunting for more. So he is really starting to pick things up here in the second half. He's able to take out accuracy yet again. He's going to push forward. Not able to take out Perplex. It's going to be a double kill from Felony as well. So CLG getting the hill back. They need a strong hold on this one.
Spacely just busted in and tore up Methods, able to pick up 2. You see the kinetic armor pop come in, gets negated there by the heat wave. You gotta love plays like that. Ability on ability. You see the heat wave coming out on top. Now an 80-point advantage for LG, 30 away from closing out game 1 here in the first best of 5 of week 9, day 2. Right now locked down by CLG. The break trying to come in from LG. Saint's gonna be a big part of that. He's able to pick up 1, but at this point, with this much of a lead, you just consider rotating, set up really nicely for Kitchen. That looks like they want what they want to do.
Yeah, it looks like Replay is going to hit this far wall run. He's going to try and get all the way to the back. I would be shocked if he goes and contests the hill. No, he's going to fight for these spawns all the way.
He's been doing a great job on this hard point every time, too.
Every time on this hill, I was just going to say that he has controlled the spawns for his team. And you would figure at this point in time, CLG would have rotated early. They're going to be able to take him out, but
that's kind of
you
why
got to make an adjustment if you're CLG.
That's kind of why, I disagreed a little bit with your point. Maybe he's not the most comfortable with an AR, but I think he's very comfortable
he's
playing
great
that
with
anchor
his map
role.
Positioning, right? He's a smart player. He's always been a great in-game leader. I mean, when Envy a while ago was trying to replace Ray, Replays was one of the guys that they were talking about just because he is so smart in game, kind of brings that same kind of mentality. But I just don't feel like he's comfortable yet going AR against AR.
Being like a main slayer against a formal. Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, well, LG trying to rack up the final couple points. The contest comes in with little time left. They need to pick up 1 kill, and there it is. Luminosity, 250
they don't even pick it up. Methods
to 173.
Methods picks it up.
Yeah, another team kill?
Yeah.
Was that 3 or 4?
He kills Perplex for the 3rd time here.
Is he? Did he do something, man? Did he steal his girlfriend or his lunch money?
I don't know. But
What is that?
it's going to be Luminosity taking map 1.
He did it in a variety of ways, too.
A nade the first time. The second time, Perplex is in the hill, heat waves an opponent. He gets team killed. And that time, he's trying to break in, save the game for CLG.
Perplex,
Methods
apologize
just takes him out.
for whatever you did to hurt my buddy Method's feelings. All right, well, game one's in the books. We'll take a look at the stats here soon, just to give you guys an idea of what the maps are going to be. Next will be S&D on Fringe. We'll be going to Uplink on Breach, CTF Stronghold, rounding things out with any potential Game 5 with S&D on
I'm going to say
Redwood.
this has a potential LG 3-0 on it.
Okay.
Because very good team on Fringe. Very good with the snipers. Look for John and replays, really make an impact there. And then you go to Breach Uplink, and it's a map that's extremely fast-paced. It kind of, I don't want to say plays a lot like an evac, but it's close quarter.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to have an AR player pretty much dominate the game on Breach. So you're going to see like Saints and John probably come to life again.
Sure. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard here. Break down the stats for Game 1 Hardpoint. Who showed up big for you, Matt?
Obviously, Saints makes a huge comeback. You know, he starts off pretty slow, finishes 31 and 27 with a minute 28 in the hill. And then John, 34 and 29. Those two guys just been playing lights out for LG. They want to qualify, and you really just need one of the other two to show up. And Spacely had a pretty good game. I mean, you know, 28-26, he goes positive. You know, minute 55 in the hill, 7 defends. And the key for me is, like, whoever doesn't really bring it out of the replays and Spacely, you know, whichever guy doesn't really, like, I don't want to say, like, light up the scoreboard, but, like, go positive, you know, make some big plays. The other person just can't, like, hurt the team.
I got you.
Like, as long as the other person doesn't go, like, double negative or, you know, have a really poor game, they're going to be fine. They're going to beat top teams. And on the side of CLG, you know, Method's really strong performance, but I feel like he's been one of the stronger hardpoint players.
Well,
in the Pro
if
division.
he can avoid killing his teammates, certainly.
Yeah, and Felony has a good game. We talked about that in the pregame, but you know, he goes +1, 9 defends, and Perplexed, you know, he's not going to go like positive. That's not really what Perplexed is going to do in hardpoint. He's going to be the guy who's just going to keep flooding the hill, you know, trying to get those intro kills, and he's going to bring strong search and destroy play. So, you know, Perplexed, even though doesn't light the world on fire in the kills department, he still has a minute 10 the hill with 10 defense.
All right, well, looking forward to S&D. You know, I believe I casted the Optic versus LG on Fringe S&D, and they did look really good. I think that's one where they had a 5-1 advantage. Just real quick, if you could switch over to Codcaster, I think we're ready to get going here. But that was a map where they looked really good. John looked great. Saints played well. They have a 5-1 advantage, and it disappears. But I agree with you that they can play very well in this map.
Yesterday
for sure.
against TSM, we saw some crazy snipe shots out of replays and John. Expecting that again. I mean, these two guys, I feel like, are some of the underrated snipers we have. Like, we talk about Cold Channel all the time. We talk about Aqua, Octane, Attach. But I feel like, you know, John and replays are right there.
Oh, they can make a difference. I've seen replays turn the tide by pulling out a sniper before and just, you know, basically counter-sniping at someone that's been giving them trouble. Replays consistently has been top sniper over the past several titles. But just getting ready here, hop into Game 2, S&D on Freight. LG currently holding a 1-0 advantage right now over CLG. What did I say? Freight again?
Yeah.
Why do I say
like
Freight sometimes?
Time you've done it.
Fringe, Freight, they're nothing alike either.
Yeah.
That's like 2 years ago.
Yeah. The best was last year whenever I would cast with you, you would call Biolab Uplink Biolink.
Biolink? Yeah, that wasn't intentional either.
Biolink.
Freight. It's like back to Ghost.
And it says it right here.
I said previous.
You can read the map name of the screen.
I don't know that I can read. I said previous titles right before that, so I think my head just like floated away to Ghostland. That's a wonder.
I don't know what we're gonna do with you.
All right.
I've been told it's only a 1-year problem.
Yeah, well, we got a Twitter response from Fatal Cod about the biggest
what does he
matchup,
say?
best matchup for today. He thinks it's going to be Envy going against Rise.
Smart man.
Yeah, that's
man.
certainly going to be a good one. I think that is our first match on the secondary stream today.
And you still have them probably playing with Havoc, trying to get him playoff eligible because it's kind of up in the air what they're going to do.
Yeah, so what you need to do is either open up both streams on 2 monitors or open up one on your computer, one on your PlayStation 4 and live event viewer, and make sure to tune into both. But right away, accuracy
live
going
event
after
beautiful, man.
the SVG. You can see CLG not wanting to deal with what you said, that replays John combo. Oh, they went for thermal too.
As well, so you're trying to even counteract a Locust play as well. Like
Varric's Locust?
Yeah, I don't think... well, actually, you could see Varric's Locust. I mean, on defense, playing over on the B Rock, all the way in the back, we've seen some players do some nice thing with the Varric's. I believe we saw FaZe play like 3 snipers the other night. 4. So I believe...
last night, no, it was 3 in the 25K. Last night they put 4.
Last night it was 4. The 25K it was 3. So, See Danger Close going to go as well, so not going to be dealing with those double nade classes on the side of CLG.
Concussions, probably
What are we
last
missing here?
one.
We're missing Shiva. So
Concussion.
Shiva's actually in play going into this one. I think Shiva could be a good weapon to use, kind of looking down tracks, playing a little bit more long distance.
I think the Shiva gets even better when you might not have sniper play. I mean, I don't know if either of these teams are going to pull out a Locust or a PO6. You know, if this is elevated, I wouldn't be concerned at all, but it's not. So we may not see much sniper play. So the Shiva, I think, is going to have a bit of an advantage on some of these long sight lines.
I think some of the better snipers are able to run the Locust. I think it's just, you know, obviously the SVG is a little bit easier to get kills with than the Locust.
I've seen the PO6 way more than the Locust lately.
I have too. I think you know, players starting to use that PO6, but usually we see a PO6 with thermal. Without thermal, don't know if we actually see the PO6. And talk about the specialist draft real quick. It's going to be John and Methods for their respective teams going overdrive. You're going to have a glitch on Spacely. He seems to be like go-to that all the time. We saw it yesterday. Now, no kinetic armor.
I was gonna say, what's the difference?
CLG. On the side of LG. That's very odd.
It took me forever to figure out the difference was because
okay.
I assumed kinetic armor was on the other side because you always see kinetic armor.
So Spacely goes glitch over kinetic armor. I am not a fan of that. If kinetic armor's in, you gotta take it.
Tier 1, basically, we talk about camo and kinetic armor are the two best when you're talking about abilities. I mean, kinetic camo, I think, are the two best abilities. Oh, Heat Wave. Those three are the kind of our tier 1. Rev and I were talking about this last night. Just what are your three favorite, or sorry, your kind of tiers? And it's like those three, then everything else to a degree. It's like they definitely are the most dominant. If kinetic armor's in, you need kinetic armor.
I would say for me, it's definitely in no water, Heat Wave camo, kinetic, and then after that, I think you kind of look at stuff like Vision Pulse.
I don't know.
I think Overdrive.
They all kind of
Psychosis, and then after that, I would probably put like Glitch.
They all kind of bunch up for me after those top three, to be honest. But
it's situational, right? I mean, you could see something where they could use Glitch effectively, like on offense. They're trying to push down tracks, and you can use Spacely in a bait and switch scenario, right? He comes through small door, he uses Glitch, he gets all the way back. You have another SMG player kind of flood in. You could use it kind of hitting that wall run by tracks.
Sure.
You bait the shots out from the player in back rock. You try and get a snipe.
That doesn't change the fact that I'm pretty confident.
I would like to have kinetic.
This is the first time in the North American World League in any game mode where kinetic armor has been available and not picked. I would actually say that out loud. I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty sure every single time kinetic armor has been available, somebody has it in each
I don't
team.
think you have any proof over.
Dude, just think about it. Like, logically, have you ever seen someone not pick kinetic when it's available?
No.
I think it's the COD stats. Let me know. I think it's the first damn time it's happened. I don't care what Matt says.
I don't know if anyone's actually even keeping track of that.
Well, I am. Clearly. Stats with Maven.
Because you have casted every game.
Yes,
you have seen every game.
I watch more Call of Duty than anyone. You guys watch Netflix?
That is a blatant lie.
You go home and watch The Bachelorette with your girlfriend?
You're lying to these people at home.
I go home and watch VODs.
I watched Bachelor. It's only 2 hours on a Monday. Anyway, Fringe, Search and Destroy, starting them now. The B-bomb site's going to be the one you're going to see a ton of action at.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, players pushing down tracks into a small door. You're trying to get up into that barn area. Really just take some map control. We see sometimes, an early push in the game over towards A to kind of keep a team honest, have some defenders over there, so won't be too shocked on that. And then, obviously, if you're new to competitive Call of Duty, it's going to be the first team to win 6 rounds. Teams are going to switch sides at the end of each round. And obviously, Search and Destroy, a game mode where you do not respawn.
Yeah, to those of you watching in live event viewer, I know we've been getting a lot of new viewers. Awesome to have you guys with us. Thank you for watching. We're pumped here to kick off day 2 of week 9 in the Call of Duty World League. Going to be watching John right now and look at the stack at A. Dear God, do not go this direction.
And I think CLG potentially could be looking for a flank here. I think once that one player calls out people over on the B site, you're going to see either a flank through the mid street over towards Z, or you're going to see a flank all the way through Tin.
And there, we talked about the potential PO6 use, PO6 with a Varix. That is a little unusual, but love seeing it there. Replay is going to end up connecting with grenades, so they know they picked up a kill on the B or A site. How do they opt to push this first man in? Going to be Spacely. There's one in the corner there. Going to find him. The hipfire coming with the M8. Replay is able to finish it. 2 down right now. Perplexed in methods of CLG in a 2v4, and they're going to have to rotate across. The 3 on A stack does not end up paying off.
Yeah, and it's going to be very tough for them to retake this B site. You see methods going all the way around. Perplexed should be cut down by this player. in tracks. It's going to be Saints able to pick that one up. Methods in a 1v4.
All right, you saw
Nagafin. Nagafin.
There
I was about to.
Okay,
oh,
well, no.
Yeah,
Well,
evidently, you're just not going to shoot this man laying down. All right, there you go. You're able to pick up one.
If Nagafin was blind, that would be.
Nagafin would have killed everyone already.
Oh, yeah. They'd be running the other direction.
That was unreal when I watched that last night. If some of you guys out there did not see that,
check it out, yeah.
Yeah, COD competitive subreddit. We saw a crazy 1v4 out of Nagafin of Elevate.
Another Maven stat. That has to be the fastest 1v4 in the history of competitive Call of Duty. It has to be, right? It was like 8 seconds in a 1v4? Like, it has to be.
TP's one at the qualifier was pretty fast.
Not 8 seconds.
No, it was not.
That was ludicrous. Nagafin, you continue to defy logic. It is a pleasure to cast you every single week. But here we go, hard hit today. CLG flying in, tagged up immediately as Methods. Do they follow it up is the question. No one there to trade it right away. They're falling all around. They're able to grab one, but now it's accuracy. Felony, 2 versus 3. Matt, what options do they have? They've got control of A site. What would you like to see them do here?
I mean, at this point, they really don't have many options other than get the bomb down. You're going to see accuracy have a tough gunfight in the bag, and now with Felony dead, accuracy is in a world of trouble. He's going to try and escape towards the mid-street. He's going to drop, and I like the idea for CLG to try and make a push over towards A, but at that, once that first guy dies, you got to trade that kill out fast. You got to fly. You can't get scared going out of tin over by auto, and seems like that's what happened. They didn't push out. They kind of got stuck.
All right, 2-0 advantage for Luminosity. If you are just hopping into the gameplay here, we just started recently for the North American. Great matches today in Europe as well. But 1-0 advantage for Luminosity, looking strong here in Game 2, and I'm starting to feel like you are. There might be a 3-0 now. It was John that had the PO6 sniper earlier. His replays. All right, so more standard push this time, but somebody got up close and aggressive. Methods gets one, but Felony going to be traded out, so 3 versus 3. I'm going to try and watch the A side here just because, well, all right, never mind. Methods
gives it up. He's going to back all the way out and watch this back alley. And
well, he gives it up, but Perplex just comes flying in. What is the call here? I mean, you have Methods
just trying
back
to make a play, I guess. But
well, don't you make a play with Methods so you can at least trade it out?
Yeah, it just seems CLG just not on the same page here in S&D. And you have accuracy going on a long flank. He's in a position to make a play. He comes down through Z, looks to his right. He's going to
right to your right, buddy. Right to your, look at the minimap.
He's right.
He's to your right.
Look to your right. Anywhere but where you're looking right now. Okay, and he's going to be replay. He's able to get away. Now, Methods now. It's just on the other side of them, and Methods is actually able to pick up one, so he's going to try and make a big play, and it's going to get stopped. Luminosity up 3-0.
I tried to get to the other side to see if accuracy could pick up a kill, but right as I switched, they both just get dropped.
It just seems CLG just not in position to trade these kills out. That's like really the issue.
Well, it was weird because Methods backed up like, hey, we're giving up the site. I don't know if maybe he was scared of nades coming in or what he was worried about, but he backs all the way to truck and bridge basically, and then all of a sudden you switch from Perplex.
The only thing with Perplex is maybe Perplex thought that, or maybe he got a call from Methods that they were kind of focused on him back alley, and John with full streaks. This is not going to be pretty. Somehow, Spacely with one of the odder stat lines up 3-0 in round count, and 0-1.
He's doing his part. And he's going to use the HC here to start. We'll try to watch and see how he uses streaks. I'd love to see him maybe make a play with the dart potentially.
This is smart, though. He's just going to kind of figure out where players are, just gain information for his team.
Does this player have flak
one
jacket?
mid-alley.
Okay, he does have flak jacket.
Yep. No, he's going to actually attack one down tracks, so they know where one is in tracks. It might have caught the guy in small room. He's going to try and nade the player in the mid-street. I don't think he used any...
Oh, he hit him too.
He hits him, but...
He's tagging everybody right now, and he should be able to find him there as he goes in, not able to clean him up. I think he hit the player at the back at White Truck, so that player not going to end up being weak. Saint's going to finish one off, though, Matt. 4-3 advantage.
And that's not even the player that John had tagged up. Accuracy, though, able to even things up at 3 players apiece, and Perplex getting in a good position over on the B bomb site as his teammates are trying to move up. But look at this. Back rock, there's one player. John, so sneaky. He's going to come right to the right side of accuracy, finish him off, not able to turn and burn on Perplex, but it's a lot of information to gain with only 25 seconds left. You pretty much know CLG has to get the bomb down over at the B side.
Yeah, and Saints is in a perfect position here to pick up this player as soon as he tries to plant, and there it is. Did he see him? He did not. There's one, gets away. Does he pop the heat wave? No, he relies on his teammate to clean it up. Excellent job. LG 4-0, looking to just sweep them in this one.
Yeah, this one has not been close thus far.
Well, you made the call. You said you like it. LG on this particular map in S&D. They're a great French team.
I thought with the sniper play, you would see.
Well, we haven't really seen much because of the SVG thermal ban.
Yeah, Well, I mean, obviously, it also forces, you know, CLG to kind of waste some votes in the ban and protect process to get rid of those. Maybe they would like some other things out of the game. Nah. Obviously, just a little bit scared by the side of LG. And yeah, you're going to see the dart come out. Maybe the lightning even. I mean, lightning you could use here to put yourself up 5-0. I mean, you don't really see many.
Look at the clock. Take your time, John.
comebacks.
You impatient little beast. There you go. Now you can use it.
As long as this is better than Zuma and Attach, I'll be happy. So,
oh, God. That was
some
awful.
Verticality here.
He finds one below.
Right
yeah,
on
you
top
gotta
of
kind
one.
of leave that one. Just
you gotta double back. Do people know you can slow this down?
Some do, some do not. Oh my God, what is happening here? What is happening?
Man, this is so awful to watch.
What?
Where
are you a
going?
tornado? Is this the movie
where
Twister?
Is he going with this?
Okay, that was.
All right, that was pretty bad.
Nope.
That was.
Nope.
Oh, here we go. We got a PO6.
Oh, John, we are done with you for the remainder of the map.
Yep, and see Replay's trying to nade in over towards the A site, and you're going to see Perplex getting first blood for CLG, so that's a good sign. CLG looking to try and get their first round win on the board. Method's putting down some shots on a player through 10, but Replay's inside the A site. He's able to pick up one. He has the bomb as well, so figure he's going to be able to get bombed down over at A, or do you think LG is going to try and push straight through? You see Method's able to take out another one. He's going to back out, and he has teammates on the flank. This is one CLG should be able to put away with ease. You see Perplex flying in. He gets punched in the mouth, and it's going to be a 2v2. Accuracy trying to get in, make a play, and they actually drop, but... Oh, he actually has camo. He's not able to pick up the kill.
Replex clutches.
I was like, he's not able to pick up the kill, and he actually just charges right at Methods.
The two players in the flank, like Methods, I feel like was doing everything he could to give his teammates an opportunity.
Yeah.
Both slide in one by one, and both get dropped. And, Replays, clutches.
Yeah, he's trying to plant with camo, and Methods throws down some shots, and Replays just is like, I have camo. I'm just gonna get and challenge him. But I don't pin that on Methods.
No, I'm
it's
saying
the teammates flanking.
Yes,
need to pick up a kill. I mean, he did a great job staying alive. I believe he gets 2 during that round, and they don't get anybody. So that is one CLG would like to have back. Methods opening things up. First blood on Spacely. Perplex following it up with the kill on John. You have CLG in complete control of the B site. This is a round they're going to win. I mean, Saints the last one alive, barring something unbelievable here. CLG going to extend this map a little bit longer.
5-0 lead, and Spacely doesn't have a kill yet. It's like, guys, just let me get on the board here, please. Saints picking up one. It was Methods opening things up with Overdrive, also closing things out with the kill on Saints here. We'll see it one more time. But yeah, this has been a rough map. It seems like they're just not on the same page. I mean, you saw kind of an awkward play last time today, and also just previously in this last round too, when they were trying to come in on the flank. Just don't seem to be on the same page at all for me.
No. Now let's see, what does CLG have in terms of utility? So John still has the lightning strike.
Use your overdrive.
What does LG have in terms of like abilities and whatnot? So
here, can you check CLG?
Yeah,
I'll check this side.
I'll go on with CLG and check.
Okay, so you have overdrive and heatwave for Luminosity.
You have nothing. You have an HC on Methods. Methods able to pick up 2 before he drops. So CLG able to win another round.
Oh God, this is starting to feel like that Optic series.
No,
this is starting
you have
to
a
feel
lightning
like that
on.
Optic series.
You have a lightning on John. Let's not forget that. You have a lightning on John.
LG, dear Luminosity, please don't collapse on Fringe S&D again. Hey, I got it right that time.
You have
I didn't say afraid.
Oh yeah, that's excellent.
I impress myself daily with my brain skills. Okay, offense now. CLG. They've got to rip off 4 straight here. They cannot give up a single round. Otherwise, they're going to be down 0-2 in this first best of 5 here. All right, it looks like we're going to have a fast push towards A. Let's watch those solo man on defense. It's Replays, the veteran. He'll be the one dealing with this. And you see on X-Ray, I mean, everyone just laying prone. Like, they're worried they're going to get pushed here.
Replay's in a really good spot to shut this down. He's going to spot 1. He's going to fire some. He's almost actually able to connect with that player. Just comes an inch away from taking out. You see the lightning comes in, and that is a
Methods with another team kill
on
and Perplexed!
On Perplexed again! Come on, man.
What did Perplexed do to him?
That time with an HC, he's just creating ways to team kill at this point. I mean, nades, guns, HC now. And Methods has having a very good game, but this is just not the way you'd like to end it if you're CLG. See Saints able to pick up 1. Saints going to get another, and it's going to be Methods here in a 1v4. He's going to jump inside bricks, has to grab the bomb, but So another player directly out to his left, not able to take out replays, and it's going to be a 6-2 map 2 victory here for Luminosity. They got 2-0 in our first series of the night against CLG. That was not pretty from CLG.
I'm starting to actually worry here that Perplexed actually did something to upset Methods.
And they win with basically going 0-5.
Not a single kill. I mean, we've seen that happen where one player doesn't really put up much.
Classic did it in the past.
But you can't do it when two have off games. Luckily, it was just Spacely. Yeah. But, his team was dominating so much, he didn't even really need to make an impact at all. So, game 2, going to be going to Luminosity Gaming, taking a 2-0 advantage. You felt the sweep. Yep. As we look forward, you said Uplink evac. Why did you like them on that one?
Well, I mean, it's obviously it's Uplink on Breach.
I looked at yesterday. I looked at yesterday. Uplink Breach. Yeah.
I think it's just a fast-paced map where you're going to see like the SMGs really kind of come into play. You're going to see Saints and John doing some really nice things. Yeah, you should cross out everything from yesterday.
I'm crossing
out
all but yesterday's stuff.
Yep. Nice job. There you go. Just keep scribbling.
There you go. Can't even read that stuff anymore.
You're a child.
Yes, I am. I need friends.
But no, I think when the fast pace of LG is going to really kind of hurt CLG here on Breach. Now we'll take a look at the after-action report real quick. Replays 10-4. Very good game in S&D. You saw Saints have another good game. John 6-4. 2 bomb plants as well. On the side of CLG, Methods with another strong performance. I feel like we say that all the time about this team. Really putting together some good games.
Yeah, he
has, outside of the team kill.
Yeah, he has 40-some kills through the first 2 maps and 30-odd team kills.
He's got 4 team kills.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of the highlights here throughout the second
the
map.
The sniper never came into play.
No, I saw John pull it out, but no, it didn't really come into play at all. And PO6, I mean, the only team I feel like I've really seen make an impact with that weapon is, for the most part, been Elevate. I know we've seen a couple guys use it across the league, but that's the only one that I think I've really seen make an impact.
Elevate just likes to use weird weapons.
They do. Oh, God, Meth has missed a couple bursts, but that's tough when a player hits camo there. You don't get the aim assist advantage. Methods again.
And even though John loses that gunfight, I like the idea to just go out and challenge that guy. Like, if the first guy dies, you have to attempt to trade that kill. Just go out and fight it. Like, instead of letting Methods get all the way over until that L box area, you got to challenge that fight. You see Replays, the final kill of the game, I believe. He's able to win that one against Methods, secure his team a 2-0 lead in the series. You smelling the 3-0 as well? You feeling the 3-0?
Feeling that way, yeah. It certainly is. Especially, if you like them on Breach. And I love CLG yesterday. I think they had a really good performance. I think they stepped up big, got the win they needed. But I feel like if you get that win, you just kind of need 1-in-1 weeks. Like 1-in-1 weeks kind of get you in. Is it letting off the gas a little bit to pump they got that one win? You can't,
CLG does not. I mean, if CLG extend this to a Game 5, they do not have a great record in Game 5s. I believe they have never won a Game 5 yet.
Yeah.
I believe it's like something like 0-5 or 0-6 in Game 5. So, see, the first 2 things leaving are going to be high caliber in Overdrive. Overdrive goes in almost every uplink game. I expect to see active camo go as well. I think camo, one of the more powerful abilities in uplink. You're going to see rapid fire go also. Overclock as well. So you see these teams just banning things out. What do you expect to see here? Maybe I think Shiva, maybe, but Shiva's not really too much of an impact player on this map. But you see the active camo go. Could have saw that coming. Potentially even kinetic goes as well.
Yeah, I mean, usually that's when you start to get your 2-2 split. Sometimes, I mean, very rarely we've seen 3 weapons. If that many abilities do get hit, we'll keep an eye on kinetic. Both tacticals going to be coming off the board. You mentioned the Shiva, but I don't know if it has that big of an impact here on this map. And Saints is actually going to go after Stock. So what do you think about that final ban?
Stock obviously hurts the AR players, and then even now it kind of takes away from some of the SMG players. Some SMG players going over towards Stock. We talked a little bit about that before. So not too surprised to see Stock going to get some, well, it's kind of odd to say, but love in the ban and protect phase by getting banned out.
Yeah.
You're going to see kinetic inside of LG. John going to take that one. Accuracy always going to be running a weapon for CLG. He's going to go with the Scythe. Scythe and Annihilator, and even Tempest at times. The only real weapons we're going to see in uplink.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see a second weapon since we saw Camo and Overdrive both coming off. Yeah, Annihilator for Spacely, and then Methods likely going to go Annihilator or Tempest. Yeah, he'll go Annihilator as well. We have seen the Tempest used quite a bit more. I haven't seen it. We've seen a couple really big plays
something
in Europe,
I like,
but not so much here yet.
Something I like what H2K does is they ban the Scythe and force you to use an Annihilator. Fear is very good with the Annihilator, and know, a lot of the Scythe players, we usually don't see them run Annihilators too often, so it kind of throws them off a little bit.
Yeah,
obviously.
There's a big. I feel like the Tempest and the Scythe have a similar feel in the fact that they're one-shot weapons, but yeah, the Scythe is more of a, I don't know, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, Tempest and Annihilator have the same type of feel.
Yeah. When you're switching from the Scythe to the Annihilator, I think it's a little bit easier probably to go the other way instead of hitting that like kind of one-shot, one-kill.
To just be like a turret.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now players just editing their classes here before we're going to hop into Uplink. And, you know, this game, God, I got to feel like LG with you. I think we're looking at possibly a 3-0 here. They're looking so strong, looking to get a 2-0 week. And I think when we broke it down statistically, when we looked at the strengths of schedule, the two teams that made it at the end were going to be Luminosity and H2K. Those final two teams. The team that ended up bouncing out was TSM. And this was purely predictions.
Well, that's when we thought H2K was playing well. If they slide, H2K has the toughest schedule remaining.
They're not going to. I don't know. Dude, they've been playing so well. I know they had a bad match last night, but I don't think they are. But this could be an 0-2 week. Like they likely will lose to Optic, but that one guy on Reddit, I know you got made fun of. I know you got blasted.
Yeah,
I know you lost some friends.
Be a match.
You said this
was
going to be.
He tweeted us the other day.
No, he said it was going to be the best match of the year.
The best match of the year.
Of stage 1. Was H2K versus Optic.
I'll give it to you. Stage 1.
I agree with you a little bit. I think it's going to be one heck of a matchup. I think it might be a 5-game series, round 11, some late game heroics. But no one else believes in you. I'm sorry.
I kind of believe in you. I think it'll be a pretty good game.
Well, think about, honestly, when you look at all our supposed awesome matchups that were supposed to be great, like Envy Optic, FaZe Rise has been the only one that's like come down to the wire in both matchups, but most of our elite matchups have been like quick 3-0s. Like think of all the times you and I are excited for some sick matchup, and it's a 3-0 just smashing.
So I'm not getting my hopes up for that one.
Well, that one, I feel like this isn't top team versus top team. H2K is still sitting in 7th place or whatever it is. So I don't know. I got a feeling about it, Matt. I do.
H2K actually beat them at UMG South Carolina.
Woo! I don't know. I'm excited. All right, maybe I've just had too many energy drinks.
Yep. Well, let's focus on this series.
No!
CLG going into Game 3 against Luminosity with their backs against the wall. Can they make the comeback?
Oh,
this
is
both believe it is over.
Saints, you're by yourself, but that's you gotta kill that guy at least.
And actually, the drone falls off, so now the drone's gonna get reset. So it's a pretty fortunate kill. And by the way, you actually catch the LG match last night where Saints with the flag forgot to score the flag and just kept running with it, and he ends up dropping it. It ends up forcing a Game 5.
Please tell me you got that recorded for a Maven's Mishap episode, because that sounds
brilliant. We do. So yeah, he's actually trying to score the flag on Broken Side, and he comes through Palace, and he picks up like a huge kill, and he just keeps running towards Broken Side. He thought he capped it, and he didn't, and he just dies in the middle of the air. In the middle of the air. He's going to get a 2-point play here, but
my boy Saints is a slayer. Yeah. Nobody said he was a thinker.
He doesn't have to touch the objective. Usually it's not his fault that I know Spacely Replays wasn't alive to do that, and you're going to see LG get a 2-point play here, and this one should be at least a 1. Spacely going to go a little bit further with it, and he's going to connect with it. Now, you see Spacely getting off to a nice start, 4-2 Replays as well, 5-3. So those two guys really start to play well.
Look at the movement here.
Nice play by Felony.
Back and forth. Felony. Nice job.
If LG get Spacely and Replays to play well, I don't think there's a way CLG wins.
Well, here you see they're starting to push up, but one in the back of the base, that should lead to an easy dunk for Perplex, and that was good positioning.
But they're going to give up mid-map control, though.
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah, look at CLG. Look at LG. They should be able to overextend mid-map, and no, he's going to get taken out from top AC.
He was at least focusing on Palace. I hate when players are focusing elsewhere. Like, they're going to spawn Palace, man. If you're pushing forward, if you're getting a dunk through, 9 out of 10 times, they're going to be flying out of Palace or pushing towards your AC. Method's doing a pretty good job there picking up 1, and ultimately, they're still going to maintain control here, Matt.
Yeah, it's going to be Perplex with drone in hand, going over towards Brickside. He's actually got accuracy leading the charge as he picks up 2. He's going to fly into the base, not able to get another, and going to see the drone carrier. Perplex trying to get off a 1-point throw here. He's going to connect with it. He's going to get Heat Wave as well. He uses it there to try and pick up that kill. He was closing in on streaks, wanted to pick up that kill underneath him. He was killed by another spawner, but you got LG playing from, I don't want to say the least favorable side, but it's a side that we see a lot of teams, not put up highest scores on, and they're actually in the lead. And you're seeing Replays just destroy Perplex there at bottom lab. Now he's going to retreat back towards mid-map. try and get this drone and relay it for another score.
Well, they're going to keep it going. He passes to Spacely. Unfortunately, there's a guy right behind him.
And that guy doesn't kill Spacely.
How is Spacely still going? How is he still going? He gets the 1-point throw. Who was trailing him there?
Know. That guy put in a lot of shots, and he had a lot of time to take him out.
Put a lot of shots into something, not
Spacely.
Not Spacely. Well, John set up here by Drone Spawn, trying to lock it down.
If you're CLG, you got to at least tie this up going in the second half, you think?
Yeah, you want to keep this. Well, actually, no. I mean, not tie. You need a lead, in my opinion.
You would prefer a lead. I was just saying, kind of conservatively.
Yeah.
Tie it up, and Saint's not able to take out the drone carrier with that extra armor, and Perplex goes for a throw, and that is no.
I saw Theory do that yesterday, and it gave me the same sour taste in my mouth. You have to make those, man. You're 6 feet away. It's like me trying to hit Matt in the head with a pin right now. I'm not going to miss that giant dome of his.
It's like you ever remember like Chris Dudley of the Knicks, like way back in the day? He was like the worst free throw shooter ever.
God.
He would just he would throw something that didn't even hit the net. That's kind of what I equate that to.
That's what
It's like a free throw that doesn't even hit the net.
Well, it's like us watching, we're Lakers fans, watching Shaq back in the day. It was like he was throwing a rock sometimes. Just not even close.
Yeah.
Thing didn't even fit in his hands. But now they've got another chance. Can CLG get forward? Maybe tie this one up. We'll be opportunistic. Can they make a play? 60 seconds left, and they're running the wrong direction.
They are wasting an unreal performance out of Felony right now. He's 19-5, and they, losing effort. That would be unfortunate. He's still in the base of Luminosity, taking players out. Now you're going to see accuracy. He gets punched, but just not able to get taken out. I don't know who that was from LG, but it's going to be 35 seconds left. Score all tied up. Perplex retreating back towards mid-map. It's a bunch of players coming through Palace on the side of LG. He's going to get cut down from behind. And if you're Luminosity, just kind of hold serve here in the middle of the map. John 3-12. I mean, when do we see a game like that out of John?
Yeah, he was 1-8. I was just watching him throughout, just to keep an eye on the stats. And yeah, it was like I was watching Felony just get 400 kills.
Pace for like 40 something.
Well, and I don't know if 5-5 is going to be a good enough result for CLG on this side.
I don't think it is.
I kind of agree with you. You waste kind of a monster performance because Felony, how many times do we see him set up in the back of like LG spawn, just making it so easy for players to get forward and put in points, just never able to, kind of like you said that one time, they weren't set up mid-map to keep the rally going. More often than not, good job by LG retaking mid, so they couldn't. I mean, their points were hard. They had a couple dunks in the 1-point toss, but they never really got that flow going, that rhythm that they were able to file through a couple dunks.
Tied going into the second half. CLG needs to take control here. It's not going to be easy as you have Luminosity. Expect John to heat up here in the second half.
I love to watch Saints here because he always goes through Palace. He avoids all this stuff that goes down the map, and then he tries to come up clutch and pick up a couple kills. And let's see if he can do it this time. Finds one. There he's able to pick up a kill. There's a second, I believe, bottom broken. He may tag him up, but he's going to turn and find another. Replays actually finishes that player. Now he sees them bottom broken. He's got his heat wave to go. Spacely's going to be grabbing the drone. Looks like they want to wrap it outside. Because if you take a look, you've got John here. It's going to be able to lead the way.
And who has streaks on the side of CLG? I believe that has to be Felony. Felony has to.
Who else could it possibly be? I mean, I'm assuming it's Felony. But now you'll see Luminosity getting forward. 3 kills commit methods. Able to connect all 3 Annihilator shots, but not before the 1-point toss goes through. So valiant effort at home there on base defense, but unfortunately they still get off the 1-point toss. You've given yourself a chance now to counter until you walk off the map. Now Perplex by himself, not able to wrap around and hit a shot.
This gives LG a big chance to counter. Look at this. They're going to actually just push everybody up the map. They're going to go back and get the drone. You're going to see Replays pop his scythe, and he's going to start causing chaos. It's going to be 3 dead for CLG.
That's
one last CLG player alive. He's actually going to be using an HC, and it's going to get blown up before he can get into the base, and that is going to be a 2-point score. And just like that, it ties the turn. I mean, look at that. CLG with a great defensive stand. They get a 4 dead. They try and push mid-map. They all get taken out, and that is a quick score going in the opposite direction. You see LG with the drone in hand yet again. You have Replay still with the scythe, causing chaos in the middle of the map, and John's going to pop his kinetic armor. He's going to have a chance for a 1-point throw. Going to go over the building. I have not seen anyone actually connect with it.
Oh, no, that did not get across the roof.
No, it didn't make cross.
John, I liked it. It was an excellent try. You know, you're that guy.
I've seen a handful of players attempt that.
You're that guy at the slam dunk contest that tries to do something really cool. It looks wild, and then they just miss.
Yeah. Now you're going to see LG get mid-map control back yet again. with a chance to just keep extending this lead. You're going to have Heatwave being popped by Perplex, getting up on top glass. You're going to see the drone, though, going through Palace, and I don't think CLG is prepared for this at all. You can have Replays with an AR in hand with a chance to make a big play. He's going to be able to get one. 2 players flying at him, one with Kinetic. They're going to get a 1-point throw out of it anyway, and CLG just can't afford to keep giving those up.
Yeah, and that was Replays. Just, he basically, killed one. 2 other players had to focus on him and left an easy 1-point shot there for them to put through. And this has been 4 unanswered for Luminosity on side 2. CLG from the weaker position has not been able to put through anything. So that's why we kept talking about LG. They had a really good performance on that first half where you expected an LG lead, and now another easy 1-point toss. This should be John getting.
He's gonna go through.
No! All right, the player's shooting the other guy. I know you're distracted.
He has to take that player out.
I know.
He has to take that player out.
It looks so silly from his point of view, though.
It does. But if accuracy doesn't challenge that player with an AR, he looks up. He doesn't even get a burst on.
It just looks so funny when they're flying in and just no one focusing on the actual drone carrier. But you have to clean up first, and they've been loving this Palace through the bottom route here, and it has been working out beautifully. One player trying to flank, but it may end up being too late. This should be another 1-point toss as soon as he sees it come through. There it is, 7 unanswered for LG, the 3-0 on the cusp here. Luminosity looking dominant right now. CLG does not have an answer, and if this continues, this would be a 2-0 week for LG, and very, very good for them, considering, again, they have one of the better strength of schedules when it comes to
out of the
closing out
teams that are on the relegation bubble, they had the easiest one.
Yeah, so a 2-0 week starting things is incredible. And who was their win against yesterday?
It was against, I want to say...
Was it Rise, right?
Yeah, it was Rise. So it's a team that we didn't expect them to
Then
beat.
that means that, okay, then
they potentially finished like 4-2.
Exactly, their strength of schedule almost got easier, kind of, because they were able to beat Rise. That's incredible stuff there.
Felony mid-map trying to make something happen, and he had a tremendous first half, 22 kills. Right now, 29 with only a minute to go.
And part of me wonders with
really
LG,
slowed down here in the second half.
There are teams that struggle to turn up to give the same effort in a league match as they do something like a LAN. And now, I mean, these games have become so important now to get to the LAN. Do you think that maybe we're just getting more of an effort out of LG? As awful as that is to say, is it an effort thing to some degree, maybe? Just a focus thing?
It might. And you see Replay trying to go for that throw over the building.
Oh,
he's going to connect with it. So there you go. That's the first time we actually seen somebody connect with it. I don't know if it's an effort thing. For me,
maybe
it's like a lot of players
are
probably earlier in the season, right? They're all just trying to play their individual games, whatnot, and they're probably not agreeing with roles. And after a while, I mean, it's all just kind of petty, right? You just got to put that to the side and get some wins, because none of these guys want to play in relegation or be relegated. So I think they just kind of put all their differences to the side, and you see what this team can do when they're on fire. I mean, right here, 13-5.
CLG players, Perplex, Methods, stay in the game till it's over. You know, the stat guys need to get their stats. There's no reason to bail before the game's over. I know you're not the only ones to do it, but
well, Perplex goes 16-21, so if anyone's trying to count his stats, there you go. I don't know Methods, so I can't call him out.
Yeah, it just frustrates me. You know, there's people out there that are trying to put stats together and stuff.
Yeah.
Stay in the game. You know, it's frustrating to lose. I get it. I lose all the time. Look at me.
It's been a loser his whole life.
I really have.
Yep.
Everything's been difficult. I've had to fight for everything. And by that, I mean, I've just followed my friends around, and somehow here I am.
Yeah, no, you followed Scott Gandhi around, and now you just couldn't follow Fwiz, so you followed me.
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Yeah. All right, well, first series in the books. Luminosity 3-0 victory here over CLG. A big win for them.
2-0 week.
2-0 week. That is huge, huge, huge if you're a Luminosity fan. I know there's a lot of, really popular players on this team, a lot of veterans. Excited to see these guys do well, especially I want to make, they have to be in the Stage 1 finals after doing so well at UMG. They have to be.
And don't quote me, I believe that brings them to 7 wins. They were at 6.
I believe so.
So that will actually, I believe, tie them with H2K and TSM. So they're already there.
Yeah. So
I mean, that makes the
TSM
match against TK big, and obviously H2K Optic Gaming. Those 2 matches get even bigger.
H2K and TK could both lose tonight. Or TSM. I guess I'd rather have TSM lose. So both of them could lose tonight, though.
They would, if you are a Luminosity fan, you're kind of pulling for, obviously, Optic to beat H2K, and then you're pulling for Team Caliber to beat TSM.
Yeah, certainly. So great start here to kick things off. Week 9, Day 2, Call of Duty World League presented by PlayStation 4. Good stuff, LG. You came up big when you needed to.
When Felony has such a good first half, you got to be, you got to put together more points than 5.
Yeah.
I mean, what, 22 kills in the first half? Right.
Yeah. And well, part of it is, you and I talk about this, and when you have a player that gets in the back of the base like that, like Felony did several times, right? He almost got to their kind of back AC, whatever you want to call it, back block.
LG, just leave him there.
Well, that's fine, but they keep spawning at Palace. You need to have almost one player, two players there at mid-map to deal with that then, because they're just going to overextend or they're going to fly to drone like they didn't take control. They didn't do a very good job of resetting up mid-map, and sometimes you see teams like Elevate's great at it. They'll wait to put the dunk through. Perplex, that one physically hurt me.
Yeah, and it doesn't really make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things, right? I mean, it's not like a throw where it hurts them.
Didn't hurt them at all.
No, but
still
got to connect with those. And CLG's got to be frustrated, and I understand why, because you come in, you beat Complexity yesterday, and you're like, okay, we have a great chance to go 2-0 this week. This would be our week where we can bounce back. Yeah. They can get to 6 wins, and that would really help them. And they lose in a really frustrating manner.
It was a good win yesterday, I think, against Complexity for sure. It wasn't that shocking, just because, I mean, think of the number of Game 5s that Complexity's gone to. They're a vulnerable team for sure. But CLG, honestly, both these teams, good stuff. You got a 1-1 week for CLG, which you needed. You got a 2-0 week for LG. A good start for both these guys. I think you're on the final
CLG,
stretch.
You're really looking at Team Caliber. They lose to FaZe yesterday.
Yeah.
So TK, you could potentially get an 0-2 week. TSM, they get a win last night, so you can potentially get a 1-on-1 from. Actually, no, they lost. No, they won. I think this sheet is wrong.
Well,
they won
we'll break it down.
TSM,
We'll break it down
HUK,
a little bit more after we get through things. But hey, guys, thank you for watching. Coming up next, FaZe, Complexity, the rematch, Treegate. We'll see you soon.